Hi, friends. I just wanted to talk to you today about change, the principles of change, changing things. Change happens. Change is the permanent thing in life. Whether you like it or not, it happens to. It happens to everyone in life. Sometimes it's all visible, sometimes it's not visible. It could be invisible also. The invisibility comes that, and it will also tell upon us that we have ordained to the change automatically with the regular vows and principles adopting to ourselves. The change might have happened involuntarily within us. But however it is, nobody can overcome change. It mellows with your age. Not only that, in your career, in your profession, in any walk of your life, you can always, there is bound to be a change. You can't be expecting always the routine, mundane things alone. It's not so. Try to know the change is a factor which can happen in your life at any point. So be prepared. Welcome the change. Don't get bogged down. Don't get be too physical about it. It's very good. Change brings all goodness in you. You will have to feel happy about the change instead of worrying about the change. Of course, while there is a change, it comes with all its antics. A little bit of entry and exit costs are there in change. You'll have to ready to cope up. A man who has endowed himself with all this coping ability to handle change will only land him up properly. But it happened to many. They were finding it very difficult to cope up with the change. Again, I will quote an incident from Mahabharata. Mahabharata is an epic wherein every character in life has enacted. There have been a lot of role models. We have been all admiring about Bhishma and his ability and his great stubbornness with which he fought the war deliberately. He was not inclined, but still he has to fight the war for the sake of Guru Vamsa, Gauravas, Dhritarashtra and his 100 sons. He has taken a vow with his father that he will always maintain brahmacharya and he will never aspire for the crown for the sake of Guru Vamsa, Dhritarashtra and his sons. And also he had vowed a protection for Pandavas, Pandu's sons, Panja Pandavas. At the time of Kurukshetra war, first 6-7 days have gone through. There has been casualties from both the sides, from Pandavas and Kauravas. Duryodhana has taken note of Bhima is not fighting to his strength. He is showing some courtesy and kindness and mercy towards Pandavas. He is not inclining himself to kill them. Calls him one such night during the war meeting and says, ridicule him, humiliate him, intimidate him. You have not been a real Senapati. You have not been the warrior. You are siding Pandavas. I don't vouch for you. So from tomorrow onwards, you need not come to the battlefield. Let Karna come and lead as your successor. You better take rest. You are not fit for this. He was very much antagonized, humiliated. In spite of Drona intervening in between, no words of anyone has gone to the ears of Duryodhana. He was fixing himself and he was very sure that unless he fights back, he cannot come and take place in the war field. Taking this in his stride, immediately Bhishma vows to Duryodhana, I will not retire from this war field unless and until I take the war to the enemies and see that all the enemies are killed. Immediately he felt flattered. The next day war was on. He was fighting and telling very reluctantly, I am entering into this war field, but I am only going to use all my weapons and see that all the enemies are killed. Let anyone come and fight with me. I am going to kill them. Seeing this change in him, Bhagavan Krishna was so humiliated. Why this such a noble person is deviating his norms from the path of Dharma? In the meantime, the people, all these Panchapandavas, were feeling very bad to fight against Bhishma. When he has taken the weapons, it's very difficult to fight against him. It's not that easy job to throw him out of this arena. If he start fighting and taking his arms, no one can stand before him. It was worrying them. At the right time, Krishna said, you are an adharmi. You have not followed Dharma. You simply say that you have followed Dharma, but you have not acted. You are only following the adharmic activities of Dhritarashtra and his sons. You are following Duryodhana. You are protecting all people who have claimed adharma as dharma. He got so humiliated. Do you still doubt my integrity? Yes, I very much. Then I can even kill you, Vasudeva, and start throwing arrows at him. The moment he starts taking up his bow and throwing arrows at Krishna, Krishna was so humiliated, jumped out of the chariot and said, come on, Bhishma, you can fight against me, but I don't need any astra to fight against you, because I know what I am. Even with the smallest ratha chakra, that means the wheels of this small chariot, I can just kill you. He takes the wheel and shows his anger in complete shape. Suddenly he shows some swarupa of himself to Bhishma and says, I am the creator. I can kill anyone. I know what is dharma. I know what is adharma. Nobody needs to tell me. I can carry everything in this world. I can just kill you by this. The arrows, what has been thrown at Krishna, were scattered and flattened at the foot of Krishna, and it has not done any damage to Krishna. By seeing this, Bhishma got astonished. He was shocked, came out of his chariot close to Krishna, took his hands, praying before him and said, I have understood what you are. I am sorry for having antagonized you, having created your anger. I am sorry I have understood. But you would tell me, you give me a jnana, Krishna. Why at all? I have been following dharma. Why at all you say that I am like this? Have I not followed the dharmic ways? Not at all. You are claiming yourself to be a dharmic, but you are not at all there. What you have done when Pandu has to rule this country, when Dhritarashtra was claiming his throne, what did you do for the Pandava's sons? You were only following what Dhritarashtra said. You have never questioned him. What all wrongs he has said. He has done all these games through Duryodhana and Shakuni and created Pandavas into so much of chaos. Sent him to Vanaravada, tried to kill them there. And what harms have not come to these Pandavas? Did he ever enter? Did he ever provoke Dhritarashtra not to do this? Never. Even when Draupadi was manhandled by Duryodhana and Duryodhana, and they were disrobing her, you kept cool. You didn't do. Is it dharma? What is dharma? You had the power, you had the energy, you had everything. You can do anything for the sake of dharma, but you didn't do that. You were claiming to protect, you were claiming that I'll have to follow just because I have vowed to my father. That is not dharma. Who is a dharma? Who is a man who can own dharma? A man who follows dharma and does not affect others, does not make others to do wrong, or whenever somebody does wrong, stop them, prevent them from that. You could have done that with your energy and power. You didn't do that. How do you say that you are following Dharma? He was stunned, shocked. He said, I have obtained jnana only now. Tell me, Lord Krishna, what am I to do? This is what is right. Just because leaving all your arms and ammunitions and invite your death from Lord, because you have got the verb that you can invite your death in your own wish. Anytime you want, you can die. Just because disarming yourself and not doing any harm to Pandavas, it is not adharma. You are only following dharma. You invite your death yourself. I will organize that. Immediately he prostrates before him and said, I have attained. At least in my death, I will feel that I am being elated. What is jnana through you? Please kill me, he says. That is what. When there was a change, he didn't know how to cope up with the change. When the changes were happening in the kingdom, he was not prepared. He was not inclined. If he had intervened and showed his might and informed Dhritarashtra, the whole war could have been avoided. The whole bloodshed have been avoided. But he didn't do that. You should be prepared to undergo the change. And according to the change, the decisions have to be changed. It's only an example how even Bhishma, the greatest warrior, has erred, but by not knowing what has to be adopted according to the change. Only realizes at the end. Before the end comes, prepare for the change. Let that end does not change you. You will have to change the end by changing yourself. Have a great day. Thank you very much.